Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We're excited to share a research project with you. Our team consists of Lars, Kimberly, which is myself, and Christina. Our project is an interpretive, basic, qualitative, phenomenological study that explores how women have been mentored to overcome barriers to entering the agricultural industry. We are learning directly from women through semi-structured interviews and focusing on their lived experiences. Our goal is to better understand how mentorship can serve as a powerful tool for encouraging women to pursue careers in agriculture and to highlight pathways for educational and professional growth through those mentorship experiences. The central question guiding our study is, how does mentorship help women overcome the barriers to entry they may face in the agricultural industry?
Our project is designed to explore how mentorship supports women in overcoming barriers within the agricultural industry. We're using a qualitative phenomenological approach, which means we're seeking to understand the lived experiences of women who have either served as mentors or been mentored in this field. The theoretical framework guiding our study is Albert Bandura's social learning theory, introduced in 1977. This theory emphasizes that learning is a cognitive process that happens in a social context through observation, imitation, and modeling. In the case of mentorship, mentees gain knowledge and develop skills by observing how mentors behave, make decisions, and solve problems, especially in male-dominated or exclusionary environments like agriculture. Mentors act as role models, not just teaching through instruction, but by example. Bandura's theory also identifies 4 essential conditions for learning to occur: attention, retention, reproduction, and motivation. These are influenced by emotional and attitudinal factors, which are especially relevant in understanding how women build confidence and overcome the challenges unique to this sector. By applying social learning theory, this study aims to understand how effective mentorship structures can be created to foster learning, build confidence, and promote gender equity in agriculture. We're conducting in-depth interviews with women farmers and entrepreneurs to uncover which aspects of mentorship are most impactful in helping them succeed and lead.
Let me walk you through how we collected and triangulated the data for the study and some of the challenges we encountered along the way. We conducted a semi-structured interview with women involved in agricultural mentorship and mentors or mentees. Depending on participation availability and comfort, these interviews were held by Zoom, by phone, or in person. All was recorded with full consent and later transcribed for analysis. We used a flexible interview guide with open-ended questions to encourage deep, open responses. This allowed participants to share their experiences, challenges, and reflections in their own words. In terms of triangulation, we didn't rely on just one perspective. We pulled insights from multiple participants, cross-reference recurring themes, and incorporated researcher notes taken during the interviews. This multi-source approach added a richness and credibility to our findings. Interpretive phenomenological analysis, or IPA, was used to analyze the data. This involved reading and rereading transcripts, identifying themes, and drawing connections between experiences. Coding was initially done using Excel, but the volume of data grew, and we transitioned into using Otter AI for transcriptions and Atlas TI for in-depth qualitative analysis.
A great example is a 71-minute interview that generated a 29-page transcript with over 11,000 words. Clearly too much to manage with highlighters. The software helped us code efficiently, revealing 5 major categories and dozens of nuanced subthemes. Our first cycle coding included descriptive and values coding. Then, per Saldana's 2021 guidance, we moved into second cycle pattern coding. That's where we refined broader ideas like effective mentorship into more specific concepts like coaching, networking, and resource access. Let me give you one example. A participant said, establish a good relationship with a veterinarian to get advice on treating animal health issues. Initially, we tagged this under mentorship, but through deeper analysis, we recoded it as networking, resource access, and coaching. Now, this work wasn't without its challenges. One major hurdle was ensuring interviews stayed deep and meaningful without leading participants. Another was helping participants feel safe enough to discuss gender-related barriers honestly. Finally, managing and interpreting such a large amount of qualitative data was demanding, even with software tools. Despite that, constant comparison, continuously checking for consistency across interviews, helped us refine themes and reach saturation. Although we don't have a great deal of participants, we did feel we reached a point of saturation within our participants. Importantly, we validated findings with the participants themselves to maintain credibility. As Miriam and Tisdale, 2016, emphasized, software can help organize, but it is still the researcher's judgment that brings meaning to the data. We followed that philosophy throughout.
This study uses interpretive phenomenological analysis, IPA, approach to explore how mentorship helps women overcome barriers to entering the agricultural industry. We're focusing on lived experiences of women who have been mentored, aiming to understand how they interpret and make meaning of that support. Bandura Social Learning Series guides our work. This series states that people learn by observing others, especially in social settings. In mentorship, this means mentees watch how their mentors solve problems, interact in professional settings, and handle challenges. That modeling process can boost confidence, improve skills, and help mentees envision success.
We're interviewing 3 women who were mentored early in their ag careers. These interviews will be semi-structured, either on Zoom or in person, and transcribed using Otter AI with manual edits to ensure accuracy. Now here's our 7-step data analysis process, all part of a rigorous IPA framework. Familiarization with the data. Listening to interview recordings, reading transcripts, and taking notes to get a sense of each participant's story. Initial coding and notation. Extracting key quotes and ideas from transcripts related to mentorship, barriers, and professional growth. Identifying emergent themes. Looking for recurring ideas such as gender-based barriers or mentorship as emotional support. Connecting themes. Mapping how themes relate to each other. For example, how a mentor's encouragement may directly address feelings of isolation or imposter syndrome. Continue with additional interviews, using the same process with each new interview to refine or expand on themes. Identify patterns across participants, spotting consistent experiences such as women mentoring women or mentorship providing industry access. Deep interpretation, viewing everything through the lens of social learning theory. This allows us to explore how observational learning and model behavior contribute to mentees' growth. To maintain trustworthiness, we're using Atlas TI for organized coding, and we'll conduct member checks, asking participants to validate whether our interpretations match their experiences. Finally, from an ethical standpoint, informed consent will be obtained and will follow IRB protocols to protect privacy and data integrity. Altogether, this design enables us to deeply understand the real impact of mentorship for women in agriculture.
In our qualitative phenomenological study, the research team collaborated through the data analysis process to ensure accuracy, trustworthiness, and depth. Let's walk through how we structured our team-based approach to check each other's work and providing conceptual feedback. First, we had a collaborative theme and code development. We didn't work in installation. Instead, our team engaged in multiple rounds of discussions to collectively develop themes and codes. Each member brought unique insights to the table, and through our group dialogue, we refined and debated the emerging themes. For example, after reviewing the initial transcripts, one researcher noticed a theme related for emotional support from mentors, while another identified confidence building as a key theme. We then discussed whether these would be merged or kept separate as different concepts. This peer-to-peer interaction aligns with best practices in qualitative research. It helps enhance intercode reliability and reduces bias. Peer debriefing and code refinement. After the initial coding process, we held peer debriefing sessions. During these sessions, each team member reviewed selected transcripts to ensure the emerging categories were comprehensive and conceptually clear. For example, a quote initially coded as effective mentorship was later split into more specific second-level codes like networking, resource access, or coaching. This allowed us to sharpen the conceptual clarity of these themes, and as emphasized by Miriam. Number 3, constant comparison and interpretive process. We employed a constant comparison approach to refine the codes. As a new data emerged, we revisited and rechecked the codes to ensure they were cohesive and consistent. When overlapping ambiguous codes appeared, we referred back to the literature and interview context to ensure the codes aligned with the research question. This interactive process allowed us to continuously refine our findings, ensuring they accurately reflected meaningful patterns and stayed grounded in the data. This ongoing refinement helped us maintain conceptual clarity and rigor throughout the study. Our interactive approach ensured that our findings were not only grounded in the data, but also conceptually sound. By following these processes, collaborative theme development, peer debriefing, and constant comparison, we ensured that our findings on our mentorship helped women overcome barriers in the agricultural industry were both rigorously and trustworthy.
Now let's look at how each team member has addressed their assigned research questions and translated these questions into statements, followed by the corresponding answers.
Mentorship plays a pivotal role in helping women overcome barriers in the agricultural industry. Representative quotes. Mentorship plays a pivotal role in helping women overcome barriers in the agricultural industry by providing emotional support, confidence building, and access to career-shaping opportunities. Participants consistently emphasized that mentors helped them navigate gender-based challenges, offered encouragement, and connected them to critical resources and networks that foster personal and professional growth. Explanation. As we explore this question, we see how mentorship is crucial in not only supporting women emotionally, but also giving them the tools and connections needed to thrive in a traditionally male-dominated field. Mentors bridge significant gaps that women face.
So this is research question 2. Female mentees report receiving a variety of support from their mentors in agricultural settings. Representative quote, female mentees reported receiving a variety of support from their mentors in agricultural settings, including guidance on career decisions, encouragement to pursue leadership roles, advocacy in male-dominated environments, and personal support that fosters resilience. These forms of support not only boosted effective self-efficiency, but also helped mentees commit to their agricultural paths despite systematic obstacles. Explanation. This question highlights the diverse ways in which mentorship is provided. Beyond technical advice, mentors offer career advocacy, encouragement, and resilience-building support. This multidimensional support is crucial in helping female mentees navigate the challenges they may face in the agricultural industry.
Female mentees report receiving a variety of support from their mentors in agricultural settings. A representative quote for our study would be female mentees report receiving a variety of support from their mentors in agricultural settings, including guidance on their career decisions, encouragement to pursue leadership roles, advocacy in male-dominated environments, and personal support that fostered resilience. These forms of support not only boosted self-efficacy, but also helped mentees stay committed to their agricultural paths despite systemic obstacles. Let me explain this a little bit. This question highlights the diverse ways in which mentorship is provided. Beyond technical advice, mentors offer career advocacy, encouragement, and help build resilience. This multidimensional support is crucial in helping female mentees navigate the challenges they face in the agricultural industry.
These responses collectively provided an understanding of how mentorship is an essential component of overcoming barriers in the agricultural industry, but also supporting women in navigating their careers and creating meaningful professional advancements.
In this section, we'll explore how our study's findings compare with the existing literature and theoretical framework. The findings from this phenomenological study align closely with both transformational learning theory and social cognitive career theory. These frameworks highlight the importance of relational and environmental factors in shaping individual growth. Participants' descriptions of mentorship as an emotional anchor and professional catalyst confirm these theories. The findings also mirrored previous studies that emphasize mentorship's role in providing psychosocial support, networking, confidence building, and access to career-enhancing experiences. You'd have female mentees consistently reported that mentors helped normalize their presence in male-dominated spaces, which aligns with research emphasizing the importance of role modeling and overcoming systemic barriers in fields like agriculture. Additionally, the emotional and social support discussed by participants, which highlights the role of mentorship in values-based development, even in industries with institutional rigidity, such as agriculture. This reinforces the idea that mentorship is not only beneficial to individuals, but also contributes to gradual cultural shifts within sectors. Now let's move to initial conclusions. The study suggests that mentorship is crucial for the retention and advancement of women in agriculture. It's not just about technical skills. Mentorship fosters identity transformation and expands possibilities for women in this field. This finding is consistent with transformational learning theory, which posits that mentorship provides significant personal and developmental growth. From a social learning theory perspective, Bender in 1977, many participants noted how they modeled their behaviors and decision-making strategies after their mentors. This supports the idea of observational learning, where mentors serve as role models, providing real-life examples, practical guidance, and emotional support. In conclusion, mentorship not only helps women gain technical skills, but also fosters confidence, resilience, and a sense of belonging, all critical for success in agriculture. However, the study also revealed some variability in how mentorship is experienced, suggesting a need for clearer definitions of mentorship and future research.